In this Quran verse, Allah is talking about a character called Dhul-Qarnayn, who seems to be a poor Islamic appropriation of Alexander the Great. The first objection that comes up in Farid's video is a very strange, mind-boggling one.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let's watch the strange, mind-boggling objection of Farid. Let's watch.
Many say that the translation is simply not clear, that the word used for finding it actually describes the situation only from Dhul-Qarnayn's perspective. So when the Quran verse here says, he found it setting in a muddy spring, it means that he saw it that way, not that the sun actually sets in a muddy spring. The word used here for finding is wajadaha, which means he found it. The same word is used again in the same verse, when it says he found near it a people. So is this as if now he didn't really find those people?
So let's stop here. This is a clip that Ridwan showed, which is from his original video. However, before we carry on, I want to show you the original video without any cutting and without any editing. And I'll explain to you later why I did that. Let's watch.
Here we come to number 2 of those apologetics. Many say that the translation is simply not clear, and that you need to read it in a context, that the word used for finding it actually describes the situation only from Dhul-Qarnayn's perspective, not as a general truth. So when the Quran verse here says, he found it setting in a muddy spring, it means that he saw it that way, not that the sun actually sets in a muddy spring. First off, as a lover of linguistics, I have to say that that's absolute garbage.
So from this clip, Ridwan cut 3 things. The first part that he cut is this.
And that you need to read it in a context,
in which he represented the Islamic position in a sarcastic way. The second part that he cut is this.
not as a general truth.
He cut the phrase, not as a general truth. If you think about it, this was just fractions of seconds. Why would he go to a phrase in the middle and spend time to remove it? We will see later in the video. The third part that he cut is this.
First off, as a lover of linguistics, I have to say that that's absolute garbage.
He cut the part which shows his outright, clear-cut rejection of this interpretation, to the extent that he called it rubbish. Now let's carry on watching.
It was only as if he found those people?
Well, Ridwan, you fail to realize the term wajada isn't always used to refer to a physical reality. If you go 9 verses back...
Stop, it's me. Notice, when Farid said that Ridwan fails to realize that the word wajada doesn't always refer to a physical reality, Ridwan wrote on the screen, "Did I say that?" Now wait, I think one of us, either me or Ridwan, needs to go to the hospital to get his brain examined. So here is the thing. At the beginning, Ridwan stated the interpretation which says that this was not a physical reality, this was from Dhul-Qarnayn perspective. That's what he saw. And he mocked that interpretation, he called it rubbish, and he went on to explain the meaning of the word wajada. So again, here is the Islamic interpretation, but it is rubbish because the word used is wajada. Farid responds by saying wajada doesn't only refer to a physical reality. And Ridwan's response is, did I say that? Am I the only one who sees sheer stupidity in this? What do you mean, did I say that? Of course you said that. If you call the interpretation which says that this is not a physical reality rubbish, if you call it rubbish, and then go on to explain the meaning of the word wajada, then of course you're saying that wajada only indicates physical reality. Is this what you call strange, mind-boggling objection?
The first objection that comes up in Farid's video is a very strange, mind-boggling one.
So now we understand why Ridwan removed the part where he was sarcastic about this interpretation,
And that you need to read it in a context,
and also removed the part where he called it rubbish,
First off, as a lover of linguistics, I have to say that that's absolute garbage.
Because he wanted to deceive his gullible fans by simply saying, "Did I say that?" Let's carry on watching. Maybe he wrote this by mistake.
This will become quite clear. This verse, speaking of Musa alayhi salam and his companion finding a wall that was about to collapse. Now, the literal Ridvanian translation would be, they found a wall that wanted to collapse. The wall literally wanted to kill itself. The wall had struggled for so long. Well, at least this is how Ridvan probably understood the verse when he first read it.
When I first heard this, I was, to be very honest, very confused. I thought, what the hell is going on? Because Farid was not making sense at all.
Notice the irony. He said that Farid didn't make any sense at all. Now let's listen to him. And I challenge anyone, Muslims or non-Muslims, to explain to me what exactly he is saying in this clip.
Because he wasn't responding to me. What I did in my original video is to say that some people say this verse explains the situation from Dhul-Qarnayn's point of view. Many say that the word used for finding it actually describes the situation only from Dhul-Qarnayn's perspective, not that the sun actually sets in a muddy spring. I refute this by saying that the sentence does not indicate such a thing at all, especially not the verb which stands for he found it. The word used here for finding is wajadaha, which means he found it, because that simply means he found it. It does not indicate that he saw something in a certain way, and it wasn't real, it only appeared in such a way. This word doesn't have any such implications, it merely means he found it. Whether he finds the sun literally setting in a muddy spring, or he finds the sun appearing as if it's setting in a muddy spring, what the text describes here is that Dhul-Qarnayn comes across something.
Wallahi, I watched this clip over 5 times. And I still don't understand what this guy is on about. You tell me, guys, did you understand anything? What is he actually saying? Can the term wajada be interpreted as he saw the sun as if it was sinking into a muddy spring? Or no? Go and watch the video 10 times and you will not get the answer. You will find him saying this.
Because that simply means he found it. It does not indicate that he saw something in a certain way, and it wasn't real, it only appeared in such a way. This
And you will find him also saying this.
word doesn't have any such implications, it merely means he found it. Whether he finds the sun literally setting in a muddy spring, or he finds the sun appearing as if it's setting in a muddy spring, what the text describes here is that Dhul-Qarnayn comes across something.
So what are you doing, mate? To respond to 2 videos of Farid, you made yourself look like an idiot. Now, one last point. You remember at the beginning of the video, I told you that Ridvan deleted this part.
Not as a general truth.
Not as a general truth. And then he said that this is garbage. Which means it is general truth. Now why did he delete this part? We haven't answered that yet, right? Let's now watch this.
But our friend Farid here spends a huge chunk of his refutation video, and he acts like I am making the claim that found it can only mean that this is a general truth.
Excuse me, what did you say?
And he acts like I am making the claim that found it can only mean that this is a general truth. Can only mean that this is a general truth. Can only mean that this is a general truth.
So you cut it out from your video only to come at the end and claim that Farid is strawmanning your argument. And this is wallahi shameful. You should be ashamed of yourself. You claim that Farid is responding to a strawman, that you didn't say that the word wajada could only mean general truth. When in the original video, you said that the argument that this is not a general truth is garbage.
Not as a general truth. First off, as a lover of linguistics, I have to say that that's absolute garbage.
You removed this from the video in order to deceive your gullible fans. Well, guess what? Your gullible fans were deceived. My advice to you is this, Ridvan. Stop responding to Farid. Let your fan think that you are scared of Farid than to make them realize how stupid you are. Thank you so much for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.